So I'm doing a video on relationships right now, and I want to just rant about this because my brother-in-law is still in the shower, I think, and I am really interested in understanding relationships. And I see a lot of my friends getting divorced or being in bad relationships that are not healthy to the truth of who they are. And I was listening to Allison Rowe this morning, and she was talking about the fact that if you want to be in a healthy relationship, you have to believe that you are worthy of a relationship that you want and that you desire. For a really long time, I haven't believed that I was worth relationships that are great. And I've had so much fun in the relationships that I've been in the bonds that I've been in, whatever you want to call it, the entanglements, whatever you want to say. And now I'm at a stage where I feel really great being single, but I also know that there are some things that I have to deal with in order to get the relationship that I desire. Because I do want to be in a relationship, honestly, and I feel that even though you're single and you like being single, it's okay to say that part out loud. But I also love being single. Like, I really want to say that. Because I see people that are in these relationships where they didn't know who their partner was or who their spouse was, or they thought they were really in love and then they aren't the same person that they were when they were in the relationship. And I'm outside in my father's backyard, and I figure this is a really pretty place to film something. I literally have this just on a branch, my phone. But I feel like when it comes to relationships, from what I've seen, and the amount of grief and loss that I've gone through this year and that our country has gone through, the United States of America, it is so important to be in a relationship with somebody, and this is romantic that I'm talking about now, and I'll go to friendships and communities and all that in a second. It's so important to be in a relationship with somebody that understands the truest form of who you are and that's willing to grow with the person that you become. And that's why I also enjoy being single, because I don't feel that I have become everything that I can be for a partner right now. I'm still healing from the trauma of leaving a community and also feeling like I really loved someone and they didn't love me back, and I didn't want to love them, but that's what happened. And you can't help who you love. My father tells me that all the time. And so, relationships are very hard, and I don't judge anyone's journey. I try not to be someone who's judgmental towards the relationships that people have, even if they're going through divorce or they're in an abusive relationship. And I don't just mean physically, I mean verbally or emotionally. Relationships are hard work, and you have to put in the effort to make them work. And when it comes to friendships and communities, I feel like you have to pick people that are really on your side. They're really going to be present for the journey that you're on. They're really going to stick it out with you. And that's why I have gotten rid of it was so hard for me to leave my church. I'm going to say this, it was so hard for me to leave. But the feeling of guilt that I felt when I would do things that were fun, that were not bad morally, and that were classified as immoral, the feeling of guilt and shame was not worth it. And the depression I went into, I already have clinical depression, but the depression situation from the situations was just too much. So I left, and I feel so much better. And I want to also say that those communities that you leave that are unhealthy for you do get restored in time. I'm a part of a church now that I'm not a member at, and I'm still a member at my old church, but I feel so much better. I feel so much more of myself, and I don't have to hide. Like, if I wanted to have a drink the other night and I come into work a little hungover, like, I don't have to hide those things, because it's not about who I am. It's about what I'm doing is not who I am. And I don't have to hide the fact that I have questions about God or questions about the way the world's working. And that's the thing about friendships and communities. You want to be a part of communities that really support your journey and that really try to be present with the place that you are. And when it comes to friendships and people that you cherish in your circle, you want to have people there that are going to come and get you no matter what's happening and not place judgment on you. And a really hard thing that people have to really work on, that I have to work on, is not imposing your feelings or your cultural norms onto somebody else. And I have friends that I'm educating that on, and I'm trying to be more open with myself, but also I have friends that do not impose themselves on me. Like, if I've made a mistake that's against the person that I am, or is different from the person I want to be. My friends don't judge me. They sit there and they really are present with what is going on, what's happening with me. They will tell me that if I'm in harm's way. And I really appreciate that. And that's why you have to have honest friends who are there for you. And also, when times were really rough, my 3 very good friends were there. Like when my grandfather died, they were all there. They were all sitting with each other. And I feel very honored by that. So, relationships, romantic, communal relationships, interpersonal, friendly relationships, you have to choose people that are going to be on your team and on your side. And, right now, as I'm going through the grief and loss of life in general, I am understanding once again the importance of these relationships and the fact that you have to be with people that are really on your side. Because when life gets hard, and life is hard, you need to be able to look up and know that there are people that are on your team, no matter what's going on with you. So choose those people, please, because it's so important. And I feel like your happiness is contingent on the people you surround yourself with. It's also based on what kind of life you decide to live. But your life is full of the people that you have. Unless you're a hermit and you avoid people, you can't avoid friendships. And the best things to make life the most meaningful, like people ask me right now, how are you enjoying COVID? I'm like, I'm still seeing my friends. I'm being safe. I'm being tested. I'm getting things stuck up my nose to get tested. It really hurts to get that thing in your nose for COVID. But I haven't been negative, by the way. But yeah, it's very crucial to have good friendships in this time where life is uncertain. And you want to be able to call on good people. So please keep that in mind.